Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And those of you who are new, please subscribe down below to my channel. And I'll try to upload more often. But as you all may know, I was pregnant. I did have my baby on January 7th, 2019. And it was a very traumatic experience for me. I mean, it still is. I have like nightmares of it, and I know like when you give birth you shouldn't be having nightmares. But it's just that it was really traumatic for me, and this is why I'm making this video, just to show you guys and explain how traumatic it was and what my process was and what I went through. It's super hard. I mean, I've been talking, well, I wasn't talking. I just started talking to a therapist last week because I just don't want to be feeling this way anymore. I actually want to enjoy the most I can this moments with my baby. I mean, she's a newborn, and well, she was born a month earlier, but today, as I'm making this video, she turned a month yesterday, so it was February 7th. Today's February 8th. It was really fun. I mean, I love my baby. Anyways, I'm gonna explain like what happened today. So basically, they told me that my baby was gonna be due February 4th, 2019, which was 3 days ago. But they just kept, like, when I first got pregnant, they just kept changing the due dates. Like, the first initial due date that they told me was December 12th, and then they changed it to January 27th, and then they changed it to February 4th, and then they changed it to February 16th. I mean, January 6th. Sorry, December 16th. And so they just kept changing it back and forth, back and forth. So my husband and I weren't really sure like when she would be born, like her actual due date, because I didn't keep track. And we were just hoping she would be born in February, I guess, because that's when we would be the most prepared. And so my husband had two jobs. He worked in the morning, and then he worked in the evening. And then when things got a little bit complicated, like, I started having a lot of issues. I started having like symptoms of like going into labor and stuff like that. And I was having a lot of discharge, and then my mucus plug came out way too earlier, like literally a month earlier than when I had her. And so I just kept going in and out of the ER because I was just really worried and stuff like that. And plus I'm also anemic, so they had to like keep watch on me, I guess, to see how I was doing. And then so yeah, that's what happened. And basically they kept telling me no, that I was due until February 4th. We did believe them. I kept on working. I actually had 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks still of work, and then I was gonna basically take my maternity leave. And so I was working the day I had her. Basically, it was a Monday, and literally, I don't know, but that day, like Monday, I just didn't feel like going to work. Like, I felt so tired, and I'm like, oh my God, why am I so tired today? And I wasn't feeling like any cramps. Well, I was feeling like Braxton Hicks, I guess, but they were just like, normal pregnancy issues that I was having, except the extreme tiredness. But I thought maybe my anemia had been going a lot lower, because I was struggling with that. So I was like, oh, it's like normal, whatever. And then I told my husband, I'm like, I just feel so tired today. Like, I don't want to go into work. And he was like, if you don't want to go in, don't go. Just take the day off and rest. They will understand because you're pregnant, basically. But I told him, no, I have to do some orientations. So I work for a company that gets your contractor's license, basically. And so we have students, and whenever a student enrolls, we have to do orientation. But I usually do orientations on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I decided to do the we decided to change the orientation dates, because now we were doing Mondays, we were doing orientations for only Spanish speakers. Anyways, I'm in charge of that, so I have to basically be in front of a classroom and talk to students about the process of them getting their license and stuff like that. So I told my husband, I'm like, no, it's probably gonna go away. I'm just probably being lazy. It's Monday, you know. And so when I get to work, I was feeling the Braxton Hicks, but I was feeling the same symptoms I was when I went to the hospital. So I was like, they told me to come back. Like, I was like 2 centimeters dilated when I went, and they sent me home. So I was like, it's normal, like pregnancy cramps or whatever. And then my orientation started around 3:30, I believe. And I was talking to the students about their process or whatever, and I just felt like this intense, like I mean intense, horrible back pain. And then I felt a lot of like cramps, I guess, but they were actually contractions, like. But I thought it was Braxton Hicks, because they told me that the Braxton Hicks were gonna get stronger as my pregnancy went along or whatever. So I just thought it was that. But then all of a sudden I felt like a lot of discharge coming out. And then one student was like, Miss, are you okay? Do you need to go to the bathroom? You look pale. You look like a ghost. And then I don't know what's going on, but like, I think you peed yourself. Basically, that's what he said. And I checked. I like looked, and I was like all wet from like my legs and stuff like that. And so I was so embarrassed. I just ran to the bathroom, and then I peed basically, but when I peed, like a whole bunch of blood came out. Like, it was like, I know, I'm sorry, this is graphic, but it was like blood, blood clots, like a whole bunch. Like, I've never seen that much in my life, and I got really scared. And I called my husband and I told him to pick me up. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry, but it was just really traumatic. Um, so I told my husband, pick me up now. I'm just gonna drive myself to the ER because I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I think my baby died. Like, that's literally what happened through my head. Like, I was like, I think my baby died, because I had never like experienced that before, honestly. And so I was like, I don't know what to do, and I was scared. And anyways, my coworkers, whatever, I ran out and I told my coworkers that I was going to the hospital and that I don't have time to call my manager or whatever. And one of my coworkers was like, don't worry, like, do you want me to take you to the hospital? I'm like, no, I just need my husband to get here. Literally, he like works like right next to me, but like 4 minutes seemed like a fucking eternity. And I don't know if it was because I was scared or what was going on, but the contractions got like way more intense. They got way harder. Now it's just like, I'm scared. I was really scared, and it was the worst. It was like a fucking worst feeling, like you don't even know. And I just kept on bleeding and bleeding. Like, it was just like a flush. Like, it was bad. So when we get to the ER, my husband was like, do you want me to bring you a wheelchair? I'm like, I don't want a fucking wheelchair. I just want to go in there and see how my baby's doing, hear my baby's heartbeat, because if I can't hear it, I'm just gonna die, basically. And so we go upstairs to the maternity, basically, place. And they took me to exam room 1, and the lady, I couldn't even talk. That's how intense the fucking contractions were. And the lady was like, so how much blood? And I'm like, do you see my fucking pants? Do you see my fucking pants? That's how much blood. Like, you don't get it. Like, just put me on the monitors. And so basically I got undressed. They put the monitors on. They did saw that I was having a lot of contractions, like labor contractions. And then that baby's heart beat finally, and like I was so relieved when I heard her heartbeat. And they told me, okay, we need to prep the other room, basically where you have your baby. just because your last pregnancy was like a fast delivery or whatever. So I called my mom and I told her I'm not gonna be able to do it if you're not here. And then she immediately like came from home or whatever. And so I was basically having contractions and stuff like that up until 9 p.m. And then because we got there like around 4:30, I believe. And so by 9 was already ready to deliver, basically, because she came out 9:17 p.m. and my mom was already there with me. She was holding my hand, but I guess my water hadn't break, so they were gonna break it for me or whatever, but someone else was about to give birth. So what they told me was, we're gonna go help the other lady to give birth, and then we'll come back right back to you. And so I was like, okay, whatever, like, you guys can go. And they're like, if you need us, like, call us, press the nurses button. Well, remember I told you guys I was anemic. I guess I lost a whole bunch of blood, and I was like having symptoms of death, basically. I was like super thirsty, like super, super thirsty. And I was so freaking like cold. Like, I mean, I was fucking cold as fuck. Like, I felt like I was fucking cold. Like, it's just something that, it's not like even cold. It's more like I have a lot of goosebumps kind of thing. And then, I was shaking nonstop. Like, I couldn't stop shaking. And so when I started feeling like I needed to push, I kept pressing the nurses button, but they wouldn't come. Like, they were, I don't know, they just didn't come. Until finally one of them came, and I was like, I think I'm having this baby, or I think I'm having a lot of blood. Like, I don't know, can you check down there? Like, I honestly don't remember what exactly my words were to her. But so she was checking, and she's like, oh my God, like, your baby's here. And I was like, what? My baby's here? Like, I felt so many emotions. But I guess she was still in the water bag. Like, my water never broke, and my bag, like, she came literally inside the water bag. And they told me, this is like great, like, whatever. And my mom was so fucking pissed. She was like yelling at them for not like attending me and stuff like that. And so she was like mad. She was like, if something goes wrong with this pregnancy, or if my daughter or my granddaughter dies, like, you guys are gonna pay, if anything, like, medically issues or whatever, because you guys were neglecting her, basically. Like, she went off on them. I remember all I cared was about my baby. And so I saw her little face, and I was just so relieved to see her. But when I saw her arm looked so freaking bruised. Like, you don't even know. And they keep telling me it's a birthmark. I don't believe it's a birthmark. I think it's a bruise. They just don't want to be liable for it. Anyways, I was like sad because I saw her bruise or whatever. And then they wouldn't clean her. They just threw her on me, which I know it's normal, but like, she was on me for about like an hour or so. Like, they wouldn't even give her to my husband, because they told him that no, she needs to bond with me. Anyways, after that, we cleaned her up. They sent me to the other room. My mom left. And literally I was there for 3 days, but since she was born premature, she had to go into the ICU for literally a week. So we were there mostly like a week or so. For me, they wanted to do blood transfusion because I'm still very low on iron, but I neglect that. Like, I don't want it. So I have to go get an IV basically every week of iron until my levels come up. But I still have a lot of symptoms. Like, I still get very, very much goosebumps. Like, I can't really sleep because I feel so cold. I'm still shaky. I'm still like dizzy, basically. It's been a long recovery, but I'll be fine. I have my baby with me now. At birth, she weighed 6 pounds. Then she dropped to 5 pounds. As of today, she weighs a pound. 7 pounds, sorry. At birth, she measured 19 inches, and now she's 21 inches. And in the next video, I'll probably show you her. I'll probably what's it called? Introduce you to. I guess you guys are gonna meet her on the next video. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, I'm having like a weird brain today. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys all know, like, what really happened with me and how it's been affecting me, and how traumatized I am. And I'm sorry I'm like laying in bed, but I can't really do anything. I'm like breastfeeding her and stuff like that, and I don't have time to record like any other times or whatever, because she's so needy and stuff like that. You know how babies are. But for me, it's been a lot harder. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys like this video. If you're new, once again, please subscribe down below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribed. I promise you guys I will be making more videos, and they're all gonna be about my baby and me and how we're doing and stuff like that. So please, please, please subscribe down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.